All right, first three problems are really easy. Nobody submits these on the test. How do we change these three radian numbers and make them degrees? What do we do? Good job, Samari. Times by 180 over pi. So all y'all got to do is type in your calculator. 7 pi on top over 4, and you times it by 180 over pi. All right, Samari, what'd you get on number 1?
Hold on, I ain't typing it in. I was writing it down.
Who's got an answer on number 1? Yeah, y'all don't have to write anything down on this, but just the answer. So I got 315 degrees. Now, if you want to write that down on your circle so you don't forget how to do 1, 2, and 3, I'm fine with that for the test. Y'all can have that out on your unit circle. All right, so y'all quickly do 2 and 3. All you got to do is type them in. Times them by 180 over pi. It's got a degree, 210 degrees. How do I change that and make it a radian?
Pi over 180.
Very good. You flip it. Instead of multiplying by 180 over pi, you times by pi over 180. All right, go. Do those three. Okay, let's see what you guys remember about finding a reference angle. Does anybody else need an old calculator? I'll bring a couple to you. I don't even know if you'll need them anymore after those problems. All right, how do we find a reference angle for negative 120? All right, where is positive 120 at? It's right here, 5 dots going forward, right? So where would negative 120 be? 5 dots going backwards, right here. That's where we are. So, to find the reference angle for this right here, just how far away is that from the nearest x-axis? What do? You subtract 240 minus 180 is 60 degrees. So number 7 is 60 degrees. All right, try 8. All right, number 8 says 305 degrees. Now, 305 is not actually on your circle, but where would it be if that number was listed? It would be right here, right between 300 and 315. So how far away is that from the closest x-axis? Do 360 minus 305 is 55 degrees. All right, y'all should be able to do now 9 and 10. Go. Find them on the circle. So see what y'all got on number 12 for an answer. Formula is y over x. Pi over 4 is right here. You write your y down first. Flip your x. All right, what's your answer when everything cancels out? What's your answer? 1. Good. All right, let's keep going. Y'all got 13 and 14. Show me what's on the board.
Coach Aaron,
Yes, ma'am.
can I see Ada Whitehurst in the front office for a moment, please?
She's absent today.
Sir,
She's absent.
thank you.
Yep. All right, 14, tangent of negative 90. Well, here's positive 90, 4 dots forward, so we're going to negative 90. Right here, my formula is y over x. I got negative 1 over 0. What's your answer anytime 0 is on the bottom? No solution.
Was negative 5 was negative 5 over 5.
Which one are you talking about? The bigger number minus the smaller number. All right, secant of 360. Let's do 15. Secant is 1 over x. Here's 360. 1 over 1 equals 1. That one was really easy for 15. All right, 16. Laney, is this the one you were doing? Cosecant CSC?
Yes, sir.
All right, so the formula is 1 over y. Here's 7 pi over 4 right here. All right, there's my y right there. So that's the one I got to keep change flip. 1 over 1 times negative 2 over root 2. Nothing cancels out on this one, so I just bring my numbers over. Negative 2 on top, root 2 on the bottom. Lane, can I leave it like this? How do I fix it? I do what?
Square root.
Square root. Okay. Alright, so up top I got -2 and √2. On the bottom I got just a plain 2. What's the last step? Reduce, reduce. Answer's just -√2 on that one. Alright, so I will help you do 17 and 18, then I'll let y'all do the right column by yourself in a minute. Alright, number 17, tangent of 120. Alright, that's y over x. Tangent is, let's see, 120 is right here. So I write my y down first, and I flip my x. Alright, I like it when I don't have to do the extra step. On this one, I can mark out my 2's. A negative times a negative is a positive. So I got positive √3 over 1. Would somebody check me on that one? That's right? Okay. The last one I'll help you with is secant of pi over 2. Alright, secant's 1 over x. Alright, so pi over 2 is there, 1 over x. I got 1 over 0. We had that a minute ago. Anytime 0 is on the bottom, it's no solution. Alright, you guys can do the back, or sorry, y'all can do the right column in just a minute. Everybody flip it over. Let's do the back. Everybody flip it over. You can finish the bottom in just a few minutes. All right, 27 is the easy one. Nobody's going to miss 27. You got to find your R. And I'm not going to make you draw a triangle on this one, even though I've got a place for you to. All you got to do is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So Ashlyn, in your calculator, you'll do -6 squared plus 8 squared. Tell me what that equals. Type it in.
Got x and y.
100. Say it again, lady. So she says it equals 100. The square root of 100 is 10. Our radius is going to be 10. That is all you do on that one. A squared plus b squared. All right, now, next step. Look at your formula for sine. Y goes on top, R goes on bottom. Okay, our Y is 8, our R is 10. Now, somebody's going to leave it like this tomorrow, and I'm going to have to mark off some points. What has to be done to 8 over 10? Simplify it. Put it in your calculator. Hit equals. It will do it for you. It's going to be 4/5. And if that's 4/5, flip it. This is 5 over 4. All right, continue filling out the answers on 27. 100, you're figure out 28? All right, is everybody ready for 28?
Do we have a quiz tomorrow or a test?
Test tomorrow. This is our third day in a row reviewing this. Thursday, Friday, and today.
I'm glad I was in.
All right, so first thing we're going to do on 28. Ashlyn, they are giving us the answer for sine, so I'm going to go ahead and write that answer right here. I'm going to go ahead and flip it and write it right here. Go ahead and do that. So you only got to find the other 4 answers on this. All right, next thing we got to do. Samari, explain to me, how do I know which quadrant to put my triangle? Quadrant 1, 2, 3, or 4. How can I tell?
Negative.
Look right here. All right, Ashlyn, they're saying this is your little symbol for your triangle, or your angle. They want your triangle in between that number and that number. So look on your coordinate plane. There's pi, there's 3 pi over 2. We got to put our triangle right there, in between those 2 numbers. All right, if I lose you, let me know. Next step. Our formula for sine means that's my y and that's my r. So I can put -12 right here. I can put 37 right there. Remember, your hypotenuse is always going to be a positive number. Now, we've got our formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared, right? A squared plus 12 squared equals 37 squared. Does it matter that I left the negative off? No, it doesn't matter, because when you square it, it's going to make it a positive anyway. So now, what do we put in our calculator to find the missing side? I got to move it over. So it'll be 37 squared minus 12 squared. Do that. 37 squared minus 12 squared. And whatever you get, take the square root. What'd y'all get for the square root? 35? We're going to put 35 right there. Now, that's the tricky part. Ashlyn, you've got to know, since this is going backwards, that I got to make that a negative 35. All right, if you can do that, now something else you might want to write down on your unit circle. If you don't know that that's your X, that's your Y, and that's your R, you might want to write it down. Because I don't care if you have it on your circle or not. So now you can find your other four answers. All right, go. Find them.